The Seasonal Visions International Sharp Dress Skeleton and Wailing Banshee animatronics have arrived. Let's talk about them. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and today is a very good day because we have some brand new animatronics to talk about, and today we're taking a look at some brand new SVI UK exclusives. So the first thing I'll say is when I first saw these demo videos, which they were uploaded today by the way, just a couple of hours ago, I immediately thought that they were brand new Morris Costumes 2022 animatronics. I did some research, I talked to some people, and I did a little bit of digging. And I ultimately found out these are not Morris Costumes animatronics. As much as they look like they would be, and again, that's what I originally thought, they are actually not. These are UK exclusive animatronics, and these videos were uploaded to the Palmer Agency's YouTube channel. So these are not Morris Costumes animatronics. Again, as much as I thought that they were, and they really seem to be in the Morris 2022 lineup, they're not. They are UK exclusive, United Kingdom, and you will not be able to purchase them in the USA. But I did want to talk about them because they are manufactured by SVI, one of our favorite animatronic companies, and also they're pretty cool. So without further ado, let's take a look at this brand new duo of 2022 UK exclusive animatronics. Alrighty, so I'm going to kick this off with my favorite of the two animatronics that we're taking a look at here, and this is the Sharp Dress Skeleton. This guy is pretty unique, and there's so much going on with him, and it's a simple idea, but at the same time, he has a lot going on, so I guess let's break it down. So the first thing that I noticed when I turned this guy's video on is that he has a very, very strong resemblance to Grimm, who was released by Spirit Halloween last year for the 2021 season. Again, both of these animatronics that we're going to take a look at today are made by SVI. Grimm was also made by SVI, so he kind of uses some of the same parts. I do want to mention that his head is very, very similar to Grimm, but it's different in a few different ways. He does feature mouth movement that is it's synchronized with the phrases that he has. I will talk about the phrases in a second. But one of the things that makes this head different than the Grimm head is that the Sharp Dress Skeleton actually has digital eyes instead of servo eyes. Obviously, Grimm has servo motors in the eyes, and they were actually real. Sharp Dress Skeleton seems to be featuring digital eyes, which are just LCD panel screens. So that's one big difference between Grimm and the Sharp Dress Skeleton. Taking a look at the rest of this guy, not really the head. Obviously, the entire concept with this guy is pretty simple. All it is a skeleton dressed very fancy. I guess you could imagine seeing him in like a mansion, a haunted mansion, something like that. Especially that coincides with the phrases and the things that he says. Taking a look at his outfit, I really adore it. I mean, I love the kind of dark purple and black stripes that he features on his outfit. I mean, I love the way it looks. He's got a purple bow tie. I love that. And he's kind of holding like a cane in his right hand. It actually might be a skull too on the cane, which is pretty interesting. Then probably my favorite thing about this guy is his animation. He has a top hat on, and then the arm kind of rolls outward and then tips the hat to you. Really love how that looks. It's a really awesome animation, and I love that he tips the hat to you. It works perfectly with the entire concept of the character. Looks really good, and also I do want to mention that the top hat, I also love the way that looks. It looks very realistic. I'm going to bet that it's made out of a real kind of clothing material, which is awesome. Looks really awesome. Even if it's not, it's just done really well, and it looks super realistic. I love the way that looks, and again, I just love the animation. The way the arm just rolls out looks really organic. I love the way that looks, and SVI did a great job with the animation of this guy. Pretty awesome. The only thing that I would say, I kind of wish he tipped it a little bit faster than he does. He kind of tips it out to you, and then his arm just stays out there. It stays out there for a good while, and then comes back. Maybe a little bit of a quicker like movement would be cool, but overall still an awesome movement nonetheless. Taking a look at his audio, I'm not going to lie, you can't hear the audio that well in this demo video. You can kind of make out pieces of it, but certain parts kind of just get mumbled in the way the video was filmed. You can kind of hear some of it. Basically, the general gist of his audio is that he is saying things about a mansion, that it's stormy tonight. He's kind of got an accent, just like how you would imagine a skeleton, like a fancy skeleton in a haunted mansion would sound like. That's the general idea of what he's saying. We can't make out every single word, but you can kind of get a general gist of what he's saying. He's basically just talking about stormy nights, mansion stuff that you would expect a fancy skeleton to talk about if he was kind of like the butler, I guess, of a mansion. I do want to say, overall, I do enjoy this guy a lot. I think his concept is simple, that he's just a fancy skeleton, but I love the way it looks. The execution was really, really good. I would love to see something like this at Spirit for this year. Obviously, Spirit sold Grim last year. I would love to see them do something similar to this, like the Sharptooth Skeleton, another version kind of Grim at Spirit this year, because again, this guy will be a UK exclusive. But overall, this guy is pretty awesome. I love the way his suit looks. I love the stripes and the dark purple. The dark colors work really well on him because he's supposed to be a skeleton, a kind of dark concept. So a dark suit works really well for him, and it makes his skull and his hand pop because they're a brighter color. Love the way the suit looks. It's really awesome. His animation is fantastic with the arm that rolls outward. His mouth movement is also really good. I love how it matches up with his audio. It looks awesome. His digital eyes work really well. I kind of think I would have enjoyed servo motor eyes more than the digital eyes, but nonetheless, I still enjoy the LCD panel eyes that are being featured. Like I said, his audio, his motion, and his overall look is just so awesome. Really enjoyed the concept behind the Sharptooth Skeleton, and he's a pretty awesome animatronic from SVI for a UK exclusive 2022. Let's take a look at the second animatronic that we just saw for UK exclusives 2022. So the second SVI UK 2022 exclusive, I don't enjoy nearly as much as the Sharptooth Skeleton, but that doesn't mean it's a bad animatronic, and this is the Wailing Banshee. So I'm not going to lie, this is basically just a new version of the Twitching Banshee that was sold at Spirit Halloween in 2015 and 2016, but then was wholesale to a lot of other companies, including some in the UK. She was also manufactured by SVI, so that's kind of why Wailing Banshee is like almost identical. The audio, the screaming audio is identical, is the same that was used on Twitching Banshee. The overall concept is very similar. The dress is very, very similar. And then the only things that are really different are the arms and the face. So I do want to say I actually don't enjoy the face as much as I did, or as much as I do, as the original Twitching Banshee. The new one features mouth movement and LED eyes. The original Twitching Banshee also featured LED eyes, but not a moving mouth. Even though we kind of have an upgrade for this new one, the face I don't think is as creepy as the original. The original just had such a creepy face. It was so just strange looking. This one doesn't look as scary. It seems like they were trying, or like SVI was trying overly hard to make it scary, and that's what makes it not scary. That's why the original one works so well. I don't enjoy this one as much. The yellow LED eyes are alright. It's not the worst LED eyes I've ever seen, but it's definitely not the best either. The arms are, like I mentioned, another one of the big differences between this and the original. The arms actually move up and down as the Wailing Banshee moves from side to side. The original Banshee did not have moving arms. Obviously, she did have arms, but they were just by her side, which also I think was cool because when she twitched around, the arms kind of just stayed with her and wobbled. I do enjoy the arms on this one more than I did on the original. The moving is pretty creepy. I think it works well with the side-to-side movement that we're seeing on this new Wailing Banshee. I do like how they move up and down. I feel like they're at a pretty good speed as well. They fit well with the character. And like I mentioned, they seem to move organically with the side-to-side movement that the character is featuring. This one also features longer hair than was featured on the original Banshee. This one kind of has like strands of black and then strands of white hair. I'm not really sure which one I like more. Honestly, I might enjoy this one a little bit more than the original just because it's longer and it covers up more of the face. I feel like if the original's head was put on this one, it would be a really cool animatronic because the new hair almost covers up the whole face, which makes it kind of creepy. I would love to see what this one would look like with the hair covering up the face but with the original head, just because I like the original's head more. But overall, this is not a bad new version of the Wailing Banshee. As its own animatronic, it's alright. As a rendition of the original, I like the original more just because I feel like it's a lot creepier than this one. But that being said, I think there are certain things that are better about this one that they kind of fixed from the original. The moving arms are pretty cool, and the longer hair is cool as well. But I would just have to say I prefer the original's head just because I feel like it's a lot creepier than this one. This one does feature mouth movement, which I guess makes it a little bit more different. And I do want to say this one also might be a little bit taller. The original Banshee was 6 feet tall. This one might be around 7-8 feet tall. Obviously, we don't really have any height confirmations from the video, but from the video, it looks to be around 7 feet tall. Maybe take that with a grain of salt. Take a look at it for yourself. Maybe it isn't, maybe it is, I don't really know. I'm gonna guess it's around 7 foot. I mean, that does make it cooler, since if it is a towering prop, it's kind of has a little bit extra scariness to it, because it's towering over you. And if it is, I guess that's another advantage it has to the original one, because the original was only 6 foot, and I guess that would make this one a little bit more unique as well. But like I said, this is definitely not a great animatronic, but at the same time, it's not bad. And in my opinion, it's just a meh. SVI, I feel like could have done a little bit of a better job on it. If the face was better, this could have been a lot of a cooler animatronic in my opinion. But overall, like I mentioned, still not bad. That's going to wrap up my video, taking a look at this duo of two SVI UK 2022 exclusive animatronics. Once again, as much as these look like they were going to be more as costumes, and that's what I originally thought, and I got kind of excited when I saw the videos got uploaded, they are not. They are just United Kingdom exclusive animatronics, unfortunately. But they are still pretty cool. SVI did a pretty good job on both of them. I prefer the Sharp Dress Skeleton a lot over the Wailing Banshee, but overall, they are still pretty cool animatronics. Both of them. Let me know in the comments down below which one you prefer and which one you like better. And if you were going to try to figure out how to pick one of these up, I know buying from the UK can be kind of a mess. And I've always avoided it. If there's anything that I like from the UK, I just don't buy it because it's kind of a mess to order it. But let me know if you like one of these a lot. How are you going to try to pick it up for yourself and get it shipped to you if you live in the United States, just like me? Ladies and gentlemen, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I'll see you guys later for more Halloween 2022 videos. Goodbye.